My friend, do you want more from life? Feeling more fulfilled, feeling more connected, feeling love and respect in your life. It's so vital to live in the life that you want, right? To live the life where you feel good about yourself and the world around you. But sometimes that's hard. And sometimes it happens because we lose that belief in ourselves. And sometimes we ourselves become our own the worst enemy because we don't feel that we are worthy. We don't feel that we are deserving of happiness, of joy and fulfillment. And why that happens? I think it happens because we look at other people. And there's this kind of mismatch. And that's what we're talking about today. How do we get past that? How do we get past that, at least to an extent where it's not stopping you from living the life that you truly want? The life that you truly deserve for yourself. And you know, feeling not worthy of happiness is something that I know a lot about, you know. And if you don't know me, my name is Joe Bermudsky. I'm the founder of Power to Be Happy. I'm also a proud author of this book, Finding Hope in Times of Uncertainty, a guide to thriving in a challenging world of today. And you know, for me, I've had so many situations where I felt not worthy, and one of it, you know, was really not being having confidence in myself in doing coaching, doing life coaching. You know, when I began, I had I knew that my heart was in it. I knew I wanted to help people, but there was always this voice was saying like, "Who am I? You know, I'm just another person." I mean, there's people who have been incredibly successful. They've got all of these credentials that I might not have, and I didn't think myself enough. I had all these doubts. I was thinking that, you know, it's there's too many things to work out, and yet because my heart and aspiration was to help people and to do my best, and somewhere I believed that, you know, I could work things out. And that's why I began. You know, I began with asking a few people that I knew whether they wanted to be part of the program that I'm working on for free. And if they liked it, you know, they could give me some great feedback that, you know, would really help me. And I was overjoyed when they accepted. And I really delivered. I really went for it. Like, I went all in. You know, I think every session I really gave it my best. And at the start, I feel like I was kind of stumbling through it. I don't feel like, you know, I knew what I was doing. But going through the motions, getting feedback, reflecting on what was right for me, going through the process and taking those steps was critical. It helped me find that belief in myself. It helped me to feel worthy. And getting my first paying client was a validation of all that hard work. And I knew it paid off. And I knew that, you know, the feedback that I received made me just grow in so much greater way. Now, why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because you don't need to have everything, you know, in order to start something that you believe in. You don't need to have all the answers or have a plan in place worked out. You know what? In order to dream, in order to have aspirations, to want to be there and support other people, you don't need anything. You just need a desire to make a start and make a difference. And if you want to feel more worthy of yourself and the world around you and get going, I want to share with you 3 simple ideas that I believe can really serve you. Number 1 is immerse yourself in things that you love doing. I really believe that we cannot succeed in life unless we really spend a lot of our time doing things that we love. You know, that's true whether that's in your work, whether that's with your family, whether that's with your friends, whether that's with your hobbies. We gotta not only do more of those things, but fully immerse ourselves in it. Sometimes you don't have, a lot of time, let's say, with, to catch up with a friend. But if you do find that time, like whether that's half an hour or an hour, or whatever that might be, well, if you really immerse yourself, no one and nothing can get your attention, but really just catching up with that person, really taking the time to listen, taking the time to understand what is their world, taking the time to give your best, to share what's really been important in your world. That time, instead of being half an hour, it becomes this half an hour of true in-depth connection where you walk away from it just feeling refreshed because you gave it your best, right? That's what I believe is so vital about immersing ourselves in our activities. It's not necessarily giving it more time, but really allowing yourself to do this one thing and nothing else, one thing at a time, to be in the moment, to be present, to be giving. And that's not always easy, right? I know that. But that takes practice. And sometimes, yes, we're distracted. Yes, we've got a lot of things on our minds. But giving yourself the freedom will give you belief in yourself as well. Because you're that much more in the moment. You're not in your head. You're not thinking or stressing or worrying about stuff. You're there. You're doing something that you love or that is important to you or that pulls you forward in some way. That is so critical. That's going to give you more of that self-belief and self-confidence moving forward. The second thing, which I believe is absolutely vital, is devoting yourself to people you love and only them. In life we meet a lot of people and we have an opportunity to spend time with lots of different people, whether that's in your work, whether that's in your community, whether that's in your hobbies or friends, right? There's a lot of opportunities to meet different people, and there's sometimes pressure and expectations to kind of be everywhere at once and then spend time with so many people and do all of these sorts of things. And yet sometimes it's about focusing on people that you truly care about the most. And sometimes that's usually a small number of people. That's a really small subset. It's probably, I'm going to go out on a limb here, but I think it's probably less than 10 for most of us. Maybe less than 5. Whatever that is, even if it's 1, 2, 3 people for you, whatever that is for you, taking the time with those people, being more present with them, devoting your energy and your time. It doesn't mean that you have to spend all of your time with them. It doesn't mean you gotta do nothing else. But when we connect with people, when we take the time to really just be with them, just with people that we care about, and they know this, and letting them know that you care for them, and that for you it's about just having that connection one-on-one, whether that's in person, whether that's over the phone, whether that's on video, whatever way that is for you. But taking the time to really be with them, with a small subset of people, or 1 or 2 or 3 people, or whatever that is for you, to truly connect, to truly be with them, is going to make so much of a difference to how you feel about yourself. Because we find out about ourselves so much more. And that belief and that confidence come from that connection often we have with other people. Because this is where, we become that kind of mirror image of ourselves, and we learn about ourselves and how capable you are and how incredibly resilient you are. And you find out so much more about yourself by connecting with other people, by immersing yourself in things you love doing, by immersing yourself and devoting yourself to people that you truly care about the most. And it doesn't mean you have spent some crazy amount of time with them, but the time you spend with them is the time that matters. Number 3, and that is giving gratitude. I know this almost sounds obnoxious, right? Because we all know about gratitude. We all want to be grateful for things, but sometimes, finding a way to express it in a way that really makes sense for you, sometimes that's difficult. Especially when there's stress, there's worries, there's you get busy. It's very difficult to find that time and the opportunity to do that. But it's so vital, because when we can express that gratitude for the things that you treasure in your life, the things that you truly care about, and there might not be some grand things, but they are things that truly matter. Things like maybe your health, which in my case isn't perfect, but I'm sure grateful for what I have or what I, what I'm able to do. That might be being grateful for having to live in relative safety and security. That might be having a person that you love or care for in your life. That might be being able to do something that you truly fills your heart with pride and joy, something that you love doing. That's also a gift, isn't it? Because we can immerse ourselves and do more of those things you love. Those things become so incredibly important. So that's what I truly believe in, my friend. That these 3 things can really serve you in making you feel worthy of happiness, of believing that you can do it. That first of all, like I said, immersing yourself in things that you truly love doing and being more present with it, because you're connected with what you're doing and you're being more in the moment, and you become more creative and you work things out right there and then. The second is devoting yourself to people that you truly care about and finding that time to really be with them, to be really present with them, to taking the time to listen, because that connection, it helps you to reconnect with your values and what's right for you, And the third thing is finding a way to express your gratitude for things that you care about. And sometimes it's about things that you don't even think about usually, because we just accept them as just being there. And finding a way, how do you express that gratitude? Whether you keep a journal, whether you talk it out loud with yourself, whether that's something you bring up with other people. I think that's so important, to find a way which makes sense for you, right? So what is it that's going to help you to express being grateful for things that you truly treasure about? Not those things that other people think you should be grateful for, but things that are important to you and you know what they are. My friend, so much of feeling worthy comes from, I feel, doing things that are truly important to you, right? Because it is in those moments when we are present, when we are engaged, when we are in the moment, we are joyous, we're experiencing things directly, when we express our gratitude in whatever way, shape, or form is meaningful for you, it is then that we really connect with ourselves and what's truly important for you and your way of life. It is then that we start to get insight and clarity into what is vital for you in this moment right now. That's what I'm passionate about. That's what I help people do when I work with folks one-on-one, help them to break through to clarity in key areas of their life and really champion people to live to their full potential, to be more present, more confident, to find that greater depth of connection with people they care about, but also with things that they're passionate about and their dreams and ambitions and making them happen. If you want to find out more about how I can support you in your journey to the next level, then check out Clarity First when you go to powertobehappy.com. That's powertobehappy.com. Go there, my friend. It's my website. You can find out more about the podcast and, of course, click on the Clarity First link and find out if we should work together. My name is Joe Bakhmutsky. I want to thank you for being here. And I want to remind you that you, my friend, you have this power to be happy, to see greater clarity in everything that you do, to show up at your best, whatever way that is for you, so that you know that you're enough. And also to hold on to hope. Hold on to hope that no matter how crazy things get around you, things are falling down and you're trying to juggle a million different things, that things can and do change for the better. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'll speak to you soon.